Hey, this is Skull Crusher. You're listening to our new hit from Spotify. It's called More Water, Please. Our band is called what's our band? Bros of the Stater. Markets, copyrighted, 1999. And check us out wherever you can hear us. Maybe on the streets. We're still performing at open mics. Thank you. Hey guys, listening to the Just Why podcast. And what's the point of saying what's up if the commenters won't say anything back? That's really mean of you guys, but hey, who cares? Anyways, that was a dumb bet you were just introduced by. And other than that, I just want to talk about how my day went, or rather, my week. So I went to hang out with my friend who was going to Texas, and right before he went, we were going off doing whatever we used to do, like mountain biking, going off for like milkshakes, and plus COVID restrictions, and we're wearing masks 6 feet apart, even though we were really trying not to hold hands and make it. I mean, friends. Anyways, when we were going mountain biking, we found ourselves at the night looking at the moon, and then we heard a coyote in the distance. It was, I would say howling. That's the correct term. And it was howling for like several minutes, and all of a sudden the dogs just got fed up. They were like, "Hey guys, let's just start banging on them, with our own barking." And after like an hour of fiddling, they just decided to stop. The dogs lost. The coyotes won. Somehow their howling scared the other side. It was like, "Hey fool, why you in my turf, fool? Nah, man, that's not cool, you fool." And then the other dogs were like, well, I guess it's everyone's right to have this luxury of our land, of the earth. It was like, "Hey, no, fool, get out of here, I'll just mess you up, dog." And it was like, okay, I'll go back. Yeah, man. Well, coyotes tend to be the victors in this situation, you know? Maybe my bike would if it would just hit one, but only time would tell until that happens. I've only encountered coyotes twice. Weird enough. I was not mountain biking, but I was hiking, and then I found a coyote running past a trail. I thought it was a squirrel for a sec, a really large squirrel going past. Like it was next to a child, next to like several campers fishing, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's a bunny." I'm like, "Wait, let me check it again." And it was just running up the hill, just like, "Wait, that's not a bunny. Maybe one with steroids at the local milk factory, but that's not." Yeah. After that, we went to Walmart, and guess what I saw? A lady with a mask. You say, "That's good, that's good." Having a mask is good. You're being secure, you're helping out the people in your community, that's fine. But when I saw her mask, it got me thinking, what the frick is wrong with her? She has a digital like image of just a face on her mask. If it was like Chewbacca, I guess I would be nice, I would be clever. But a digital image of her face. It's freckles, chapstick with like red lips, a chin. Oh, it's like that's not normal. Those are the only people that make me want to go to a Trump rally and start taking off my mask with such pride. You know, if look, if we're only making one group stay at their home and the others doing whatever they want with their masks, social distancing, I want that one group to be like her. There would be if she could put an image on her own mask. I want her to put an image on the wall and pretend that's the outdoors. That's all I'm asking for. Maybe it will solve all the problems. Heck, maybe Fauci should be scared. I might get elected for whatever position he has. Anyways, other than that, I just wanted to bring up trees all of a sudden. When I went hiking, I realized, okay, who am I breaking this? I do open mics, stand up. and I was just gonna try a joke, but I don't know how to transition into that. A newcomer, first episode, just like I mean, tour. You guys are soldiers. You're powering on through, and I want to thank you, give you a badge, and all that good stuff. But for unfortunately, you haven't passed basic training. That's only by the third tour. Isn't that weird? You go to a tour and then you get a badge about basic training. Usually it's the other way around, right? But no, that's not how it works here. You go into a war without training, and then you come back, you get all the awards, and with that award is your badge for basic training. There are no casualties aside from your sanity. So yeah, I was gonna try a tree joke about I was trying to find the correlation between uh, basically women and how they treat their hair, make it different all the time to get attention. And well, not saying that all women are just like that. It's just the part of the joke is generalizing, right? Making myself look like a dummy. And when I went with a tree joke, I thought maybe I'll get some acorns, I'll get some flowers, I'll get some oranges in the hair. Wouldn't that be nice? And then I would go into the seasons, have myself where like by the fall they somehow turn into redheads. How would that work out? Redhead for a tree at the fall. What a coincidence. Maybe try out some Starbucks with their October, whatever that is. You know. But when I was going into the open mic thing again, you know, I started doing stand up right after the pandemic hit. I was planning on doing it. I was gonna say, hey, I'll write some jokes right before, like, I don't know, finals, and right when I was gonna do it, the pandemic hit. And I was like, okay, more time to write comedy. Maybe let's try this out. I'll perform, and then everything shut down. Man, that was a huge bummer. I tried to keep my I was trying to be happy. I was trying to like enlighten myself, keep calm and hope that venues are gonna open up again and I'm gonna try it out. But no, it's been several months. And I was like, fine, what's the closest thing to actually performing on a stage? Well, maybe I'll try out this Discord server about stand up, which, by the way, is a really great server with a lot of positive people in it and would give you feedback like no one other. They also host open mics, which is pretty cool. I might advertise it later on if this even gets past basic training, the third tour. If it does, then pat on the back for that person, but I'm pretty sure it won't. Well, time will tell. Time will tell. Anyways, so yeah, I was trying out the writing clubs and seeing how that went, and they actually convinced me to go out and try Zoom. Now, in the beginning of the pandemic, when everything was closed, I heard Crystalia. Well, I shouldn't say that name anymore. Not like I have any authority, not like if I have any ties. But anyways, I was hearing from like the comics I respected and like the ones I watch all the time, and they said, like, oh, frick this Zoom meeting, man. They all suck. Like that's not gonna give you the proper experience to try it out. I was like, yeah, I should just wait it out. I'll just wait it out, try it for reals, and then when it actually came down to it, I'm like, dude, let me just go into the Zoom meetings. I can't handle having all these jokes and not being able to share it to anyone with like my own verbal use orally. So I tried it on Discord first. Bombed pretty much every time. Like the last one was actually when I got some like a lot of well comparatively a lot of laughs. Comparatively I killed. Not that I did, but comparatively. Then I tried it on Zoom, and that was my first ever Zoom um what was a bombing experience. First ever like bombing that I ever actually felt horrible about myself. I kept repeating I bombed, I bombed, I bombed all throughout the day. I couldn't sleep that night. No. And the basically this is how it planned out. I got in a call with not call. I got in a meeting with several people. I joined it. I saw that all of them were older than me. Okay, cool. You know, that would be expected for a kid trying out comedy for the first time. So I tried to make convo as much as I could at the beginning, and it seemed to go all right. I got them some laughs, you know. And when it actually came down to it, I realized I forgot my whole set. And then I got a piece of paper out while all the comics were performing, and I was just like, let's make a joke about glasses. Yes, what about glasses? I got a pair of glasses the other day. It was nice. I got to see a lot of things. I'm blind. Wouldn't I be a cool blind person? All that stuff. And I was trying to pretend to actually pay attention to the other comics, or at least give some attention, because I don't want to be mean. I want to get their equal amount of respect when I perform. And I was trying to listen while right. I was like, oh god, this is gonna be bad. I'm gonna have my first real bomb. And I did. And I did. It was really horrible. I was just like, jeez, I'm bombing so hard on this, man. And then everyone started laughing when I started talking about the bombing experience. I was like, oh, maybe if I just a bit self-deprecate, maybe if I just self-reflect on how I'm doing right now, then maybe they'll laugh, and I actually got laughs. But here's the thing. I want my jokes to actually have some laughs. I don't want to have jokes about me laughing at myself, It's just, that's not part of it. I want to have it fully prepared. And not laughs are nice. Either way, they're great. But when it comes down to like the work you put in some of those jokes and then completely not work out, granted, I did just write down the spot. But if that was a situation where I actually had my jokes out, then it feels stupid about myself. Like I can't just make bombing jokes every single time. But it worked out. Um, First bomb felt really bad. Second Zoom meeting. Okay, so this Zoom meeting, I was with a couple of feminists. I was really having anxiety about it because I was like, maybe if I say something bad, what if I say something horrible, they'll kick me out. And since it's a local comedy Zoom meeting thing, then maybe they'll just like tell other comedians, and then I'll get kicked out of those. It'll be whole this butterfly effect, and I was just like, oh god, it's gonna be horrible. And right before that, I was talking with my friend. We made some conversations about like old music, and we were when we were talking about this, we realized how bad they treated their wives, and like they smacked them around. It was like those classic Frank Sinatra characters. And Frank Sinatra's good just in music, but I'm not sure about his family. Anyways, um, so we were talking about this, and I made a joke on the spot, and he's like, "Oh, you should try it on the Zoom things." So I got it out, tried it, and I thought while I was trying this, I was like, maybe if I just make more jokes like this, maybe if I just say it more, they'll laugh more. Maybe it's just that situation where like if you make fun of the feminists, they'll just laugh about themselves. And then I went down this bliss of woman jokes. As mentioned before, the trees with like, let me try this acorns, apples, and oranges. No, yeah, it was just those type of jokes, and it did all right. I thought it was gonna go to the point where I actually might offend someone, but it was just mostly quietness. Man, I'm really just thinking about it back. Oh, that sucks, man. Yeah. Well, enough of that. You know, enough of that. It's a new beginning. It's a new pathway. We'll try out some new material here. Right now we're gonna take some questions. Yes, questions. I asked some people if they can get me some questions. And for the first part, it's really just boring questions. So let's put the snooze vest right on the spot. Why do you enjoy the outdoors? Okay, as mentioned before, I go on hikings, I mountain bike with friends, and I just look. It's just a place to escape. It's just a place to get you out of your mind. It's just a place to open your world to places you've never seen before, there's a local non-active volcano that's nearby, and I like to go up there, it's a weird feeling, having to see that beautiful view of out in the city. But then again, I can't really enjoy the view. It's so sad, it's just really bad. It's like I can't enjoy like sunsets like the person next to me, like oh like wow, that's a beautiful sunset. Like Walnut Cliff. Yeah, no, it's a sunset. All right. Yeah, it's going down and can't wait for the moon to get up. No, it's already there. It's not like we mentioned it. So you want to go to Denny's or no, let's just enjoy this. It's nice. Okay. Yeah, it's going down really slowly. Oh wow, it's gone. Okay, you want to go now? I was like, okay. Oh, that was beautiful. No, yeah, I can't really enjoy that stuff. It's just more of a place to like. Well, here's a place to explain it. When you go in your room, walking back and forth, or just any place, you're having that anxiousness. You're worried about something in a way. It's like that, but you have more area to walk around, like that trail, it's pretty extensive. So it's just you walking. I don't have to walk back and forth. I have unlimited amount of space, and that's nice. That's really nice to know. But other than that, it's just yeah, it's just how it is. Okay, now another snooze fest. What's your favorite TV show? Oh, come on, dude. Just think of some better questions, It's just not gonna ask you, oh, what's your favorite pet? Or, hey, I like your shirt. What's your favorite slogan? No, it's not that. But I will say it, you know, the person took time to ask that, even though it was a couple of just milliseconds there, but who cares? What's your favorite TV show? Currently I'm watching Louie. Louie's a very great show. Don't talk about the person though, because I really don't like them. They touch women. Shut up. Okay, did his time. He did his time in the comedy jail, and it's just nice. He can just do his own specials now. He can actually perform and get some gigs in there. I saw that he had like in a website like $10 shows. Or maybe it's different now. Who knows? But yeah, Lou is actually pretty great. It's just that artistic view that it's saddening, but when once you get over that, you really appreciate the comedy level that's interpreted, and just like this the camera work, honestly, and like the whole creativity thing is that's going around there is truly fascinating, man. Like as a viewer, I was like, wow, it's just taking me to different dimensions, dude. Anyways, okay, let's get some other questions. We might have to pause it right here because it's right next to my butt cheek, and if I get it, it will make a huge sound. Okay, so we're back. Good job, Caesar. You know how to actually use the operating machine known as Audacity. No, thank you. Yeah, that was a good compliment. I really appreciate that. No, anyways, back to the questions. Okay, first question. I'm only coughing because I can't really find it right now. It just kicked out. Jesus Christ. Okay, never mind. I lost it again. That's a great, you know. You're always losing stuff right when you need it the most. And the question is, if Christianity was real and proven to be true, would you believe in it? Okay, let's break this down. Now, Christianity is in fact real. It always has been, it always will. It was it was true from the beginning because Christianity is a religion that you could prove that it was with a lot of documents, with a lot of the people who actually celebrate it, who actually practice it, and from people I've encountered. So it is real, but I'm pretty sure you're asking some different questions. I think the ideas that they're practicing are they true? Is it all real? That's what you're asking. And sorry for making fun of it, but that was kind of worded wrong in terms of is Christianity real? Well, was the Declaration of Independence real? Was communism all real? Yeah, it happened. It definitely happened. But maybe I just read it wrong. It's maybe I'm the one to be proven guilty. Well, leave a comment down below. Let me see when you go. Anyways, okay. So if Christianity's ideas were real, if those things that were interpreted from the Bible were actually true, huh? Okay, so I like to believe in facts. We all do, in an extent, right? It only gets to the point where emotions tend to have some sort of barrier between that. It tends to misdirect you in a way. When you put a lot of emotion into things, it can always tend to change the facts in a way. I'm not saying this politically. I'm not saying this any other way. It's just every situation, it seems. But um, I think Christianity in a whole, their ideas of like you got the good aspects and you got the like really cursed aspects. We're now starting to talk about more, like we're starting to talk about like the gay aspects, the how it affects the LGBTQ community and etc. But you like the good aspects, Jesus Christ was helping out the community in his own way, sacrifice. Like, who would do that? If I was in that situation, I'll be like, look, guys, there's that homeless man in the back. Can we just put him in the fire? That's not how they sacrificed him, but it's that sort of situation. And no, I wouldn't sacrifice a homeless guy. It would probably be a rabbit or something. I mean, why does it have to be a human? It could just be a little rabbit. It was like, okay, now we had to fit you in this little tiny cross, driving you around the land of Jerusalem. I think that's where the place. Yeah. So driving you around the plan, like we whip you with like little miniature whips. And we get the whole community just watching over you. It's like, is this like even worth our time? We got businesses to run. Why are we watching a little rabbit get tortured? But and then Jesus the Rabbit coming soon to theaters near you. Well, not theaters anymore. It's mostly just Amazon Prime now, digital. It's COVID. And well, okay, let's get back on track here, or rather, yeah, no, yeah, back on track. Um, Yeah, I would definitely lean towards the good aspects in religion, the ones that teach you the moral parts that go with your everyday lives, you have to make it useful in some way, But those horrible aspects that we've been seeing once we actually read through the Bible, it's if we could only make it so the Bible is only included so it's a place to practice harmony amongst us. It's a place to practice something where we could all agree on as humans. It's something we can all believe in that ultimately like helps the human race, but of course that's not gonna happen. We're humans. We always disagree, and because of those disagreements we tend not to look at each other as the same way and destroy everything in our paths. Freaking napalm. Boom. Okay. So yeah, I would, you know. Oh yeah, it wasn't the moral. It wasn't the question of how moral it is or what do you want it. If God was real, I would see that as a banger move. If God was real, I would think of him as my homie in a way. Would ask him for favors. Like I really feel bad for God. You're always in your like before you sleep. You're just like, God, please give me that promotion. God, please give me that A. God, 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 God. Dude, just give him a break already. Maybe you should listen more. Maybe you should listen to what he's got to say. Up in those clouds with those dead people. It's like, Jesus Christ, there's always those living people. He has to wait for you to get up there to talk to him. You know? Just let him speak for once. Let him. have his moment when he comes back from homework. It was like, hey, honey, how was the work due? It was like, oh, it was horrible, man. Little Timothy wanted to get cured from cancer. It was a long, hard break. Not a good thing Timothy isn't a real person I know because that would have been a dark turn. Um, but yeah, God would I I would feel more secure if there was a God, you know. If God was paying attention to this world, maybe there would be some sort of thing he was doing that's ultimately helping us, which we wouldn't understand because we're little humans. We wouldn't understand what that guy was making all along, those plans. But Jesus, yeah, he's probably, let's just say he probably attended a few Woodstock concerts in his past. On to the next question. Okay, this is rather a silly one, but hey, anything works as of now. Okay, if you work on a farm and take care of chickens, does that still make you a chicken tender? Well, let's break it down. Okay, so what we got to work here is that you have to work with a farm, take care of chickens. Just a chicken tender. Tender is a play on word. We're really trying to break this down. You know, we really want to help this person. Maybe he's having a midlife crisis, just figuring it out. We have to help him. He's our friend. So, a chicken tender of a chicken. You know, you're taking care of chickens, you're maintaining them, you're maintaining their health, you're maintaining how delicious they are gonna be when they're all chopped up to pieces and served in a McDonald's meal. Or who are we kidding? Are those really chickens, you know? I mean, at some point, when you feed like more than 1 billion people, you have to have some um, uh, sub, uh, substitutes, you know. You have to have something to replace those, or like fresh meals, you know. On to the topic. Yeah, I would make you a chicken tender, but I wouldn't see like a farm worker being like, "Yeah, I'm a chicken tender," you know. Wait, like, no, yeah, I'm a chicken tender, and this is my work. You see, what I do is I tender the chickens to make sure that they're well and healthy, and that's my job, you know. How about you? No, they wouldn't call themselves that. That's stupid. I wouldn't say like a teacher would call like taking care of kids like I'm a children tender. No, that just sounds weird. You would rather just call the principal and it's just like, hey, you need to watch out for this lady. He might touch my kids in weird places I wouldn't want. You know, just if you substitute that like phrase with any other thing, I think that would have just been horrible. You know, I wouldn't trust that person. Frankly, if someone called themselves a chicken tender, I would want them to go to Home Depot and figure out how to change their lives, how to change their philosophies in life. I really just want to help them. No, I would want them to get out of my way, and I want to go to someone where they know how to use proper phrases and proper um, names for themselves. Like, I'm not gonna call myself a person who makes you laugh tender. No, that's just stupid. Anyways, bum ba da bum. That's it. Congratulations, your first tour. You're back in the real world, man. How's it going? Bye.